Last time on Island ADV.
We had to call an audible here. We are still over an hour away from Mull River.
That'd be a potential spot up there, eh?
All right, another night, another bivouac.
Well, that's another good night sleep in the books and in the wild. We really lucked out with this campsite, that's for sure. I didn't really think we were going to be able to make it to Mull River in time by any means. We would have ended up just been setting up in the dark. So this was definitely a really good place to find for sure, man. Holy smokes. I'm still a little stiff. For the hammock, one of its drawbacks is there's not a lot of room to move around, so you get a bit stiff overnight. So I'm going to walk around a little bit more. I'm going to make coffee, and then we're going to go find breakfast probably a little bit, and then it's down south along the shores of Cape Breton. Anyway, until we hit that back up on the bikes, take care, folks.
All right, well, we're all cleared out of camp. Time to head on out, and then we'll get to the main road, and then we'll give the bikes a check. Make sure everything looks just as good as it did when we got in here. Clyde's already out there. All right. Oh, big rocks, big old rocks. Once again, perfect way to wake yourself up in the morning. To work yourself down a nice, slightly treacherous hill full of rocks. Beautiful way to do it. There we are. And we're out. So the plan now is to make our way out of here and head to Robin's and grab some coffee, grab a little bit of a breakfast, and then after that we're headed to Mabou, where Clyde has another place he wants to show us, and from there we touch base with the Mull River. After that, who knows, folks? All depends on how much battery and memory card we got left. Honestly, I still don't know what we're going to end up finding. But anyway, it's a beautiful morning. We'll catch you up on once we get near into Mabou. Well, our journey has brought us into Mabou finally. A place we were supposed to be last night. But unfortunately, the Shadows had other plans for us. We had to stay overnight at Shetty Camp, but we're here now, and our trail towards Mull River gets shorter and shorter as we get closer and closer to it. However, now is not the time for that at this point. Clyde has a really cool trail system and an area he wants to show us. So pretty much everything Clyde has showed us so far has been incredible. So I'm just letting him lead the way now. And he's just got to take us wherever he's got to take us, because so far that's worked out. Well, it's worked out for us, for the most part, except for Brandon and the Hornet's Nest. But that was still a little fun on its own, too. Oh, look at all the cobra chickens. And sea chickens as well. Wow, look at that. Oh, man. It's in my helmet.
There's another one in your helmet?
There it is. I gotta get this.
Right.
It's a big bumble too.
Oh, that big
Get a
fucker.
little
Look
straw.
at that.
Oh, look at that, boys. I think we'll go out this.
I can lose it.
No, there he is. There you go,
look at
buddy.
you, bud. The ride of his life.
Truck.
Scene. So as our venture closes in on Mull River and gets into this area, you know, I think it's a good time to probably talk about you know, Kitty Livingston again and the Mull River Witch, or at least what we know about her. Now, I can tell you right now, the first thing that Clyde said when we came into Mabou is that this area is just saturated with folklore. He said any one of the pubs downtown would likely have, you know, people, you know, man in bar stools who would have a lot of information about this kind of stuff. So that comes from an inherent element of this area and of Cape Breton and of Nova Scotia in general. They call it Nova Scotia because they call it New Scotland, because a lot of people that came to this area came from Scotland. And a lot of them came from the port of Tobermory, and that's where Catherine and John Livingston came from. As we know from what we know here so far, what we've been able to piece together over the last year, or what I have been able to find out, is that Catherine Livingston, Kitty Livingston, was, you know, ended up becoming folklore in the Mabou, Mull River area as the Mull River Witch. So, I'm not 100% convinced of that. That she is a witch. I'm not a very superstitious person, but I will say this at the same time, I'm glad we didn't overnight in Mull River at the Mull. You know, last thing we need is another found footage horror film about three guys on a motorcycle that gives some sort of tourist boon to like the Mabou and Mull River area. But anyway, from anything that you see about the Mull River Witch, the pictures that you see online, maybe if I could think of it, I'll throw it up here. I mean, that photo is taken way out of context. It looks, let's be honest, if you're looking at this, that looks like a witch. But if you look a little bit closer, the thing that she has on her lap is what's called a lace bobbin. So she's just stitching together, knitting together lace. There's no crazy weirdness, that's no crazy bag, you know, branded with iron or anything like that. If you look at her head, you can see almost like a shadow or a silhouette profile of like a witch's hat, which is almost comical when you think about it. And that, it's just the shadows itself. There's no horns there, there's no, you know, hat there at all by any means. It's my guess that Catherine Livingston is someone who was displaced from their home, and her home was the Isle of Mull in Scotland. That'd be a nice house to have. Definitely a nice view to enjoy.
Event tent up there.
Yeah. You can see the gypsum side of the rock face there too. All that white stuff straight in there. I think I have an idea where we're headed.
Yeah.
Right up onto that peninsula. Sweet.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, pretty small little fishing community. That's neat.
It is neat.
Just hidden here.
Where at? To the left?
Must curl around, maybe. You alright?
Yep. All good.
Watch the shale on the side here.
Yeah, seen. Oh, it definitely smells like a wharf.
Yeah, it sure does.
Pretty area, eh?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes, in here.
Oh man. I'll give him a little bit of breathing room here.
Yeah, it's a bit easy to get too close to someone.
Once they tank it, then you don't have the room to make it.
Exactly.
So then you tank it, and then the other guy tanks it. And it's just a big old domino back down the hill. Stick line to the right, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Sandy.
Wow. Left line up through here, ruts through the middle. It's just kind of all over the place.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Whoa.
Big old rut there, fuck.
We're stopped. What?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Taking left. I'm gonna go up through the rut.
Yeah, I'm in it now too, on the right. Oh, there we go. Ooh, she's bouncing. Oh my goodness, look at the view up here.
Oh, this is beautiful. Guess we found other people.
Yeah, other people enjoying the beautiful view.
Good boy.
There's some pretty.
Good boy, you need a good scratch. You want to write off your bike for insurance?
This would do it for sure, man. Roll it right down the side.
That's a long way down.
That is a long way down. All right, gents. Oh, this is beautiful, Clyde. Thanks so much for bringing us out, man. This was great. Holy jumpins'. Well, I think it's time we get to the mission on this trip. So time to go to Mull River. The Isle of Mull in Scotland was known as the last bastion for pre-Christianity, pagan folklore and religion. And based on that, everybody who lived there had a lot of Druid, Celtic, Scottish, I'm not even 100% sure what it was, but it was definitely not what's currently practiced today, and absolutely 100% different than what was going around for religion back then. And anybody who would be practicing that, or anybody who had held that kind of tradition close to their hearts, would have stood out like a sore thumb and likely would have been ostracized by any kind of community. And that all equates to someone, you know, being labeled as grumpy, if you will, or having an evil eye, or having horns on their head, or having some kind of story made up to them about them by a community that needed to justify something. You know, they needed to justify the weirdness that they were experiencing. But even though the superstition persists, and I'm really not convinced that Kitty Livingston was a witch by any means, there's still some element that I can't shake. There were rumors around the community that she would take on the shape of a hare with a coat out of season, a white rabbit. And you guys know for a fact that we've seen white rabbits already this year. And on top of all of that, there's this inexplicable draw that I have to this place. The only thing I could do is just ride out to where I'm being drawn to. And all I know about it is that it's about Mull River, and that it has to do with rivers in general. And that's just what I've been struggling with all season long.
Something.
Hang tight.
Alright. Oh, gross.
That is gross. Alright, hang tight, boys. I'm gonna go walk it out.
Sounds good.
This is an old forgotten road for sure.
How's the terrain?
Super easy. But it stands up in the middle and then has like kind of ditch work.
Hmm.
You're gonna start to lose me. I'm alright though.
Okay.
It's definitely a no-go for the bikes here. Especially with this. Deer traffic all over. Oh man. Why am I still walking? It's a better question. Where am I? Why am I here? Why did I just walk this out? The Mull River exists in this area, and this would have been the area where she was. I'm here now, but I'm no closer to any kind of reason as to why I'm here, why I'm drawn here. But I can tell you this for certain. Getting here was amazing. And if the Mull River Witch works some favors, the ride alone with Brandon and Clyde was one heck of a favor. So I guess I'm in debt. One favor to the Mull River Witch.
How far back did she go? You should have sent the drone out. Save your breath.
Yeah, hindsight 2020, right?
That's right.
Remember when I said I didn't find anything?
Yeah.
I lied.
Oh, you lied.
There's a headstone with a bag on it. I'm fucking with you. Oh, Jesus. All I got was a workout. There it is. Mission sort of accomplished. I think it's time to head to Canzo Causeway, boys.
Sounds good.